All right, let's go. So today is number 47 of running paid ads. And actually, today we do have some updates, meaning that right now I am testing multiple types of ads. As you might know from the last few videos, I've been testing IGDM ads recently, and they've worked better than instant forms just because when someone has to talk with you through IGDMs, they actually have to answer, right? And if you see the answer right away, it's not just an email that you receive, a phone number, you can actually continue that conversation right away without you having to email them and then them seeing it who knows when, or you having to call them and so on, right? And that's why Instagram, I would say, is a great platform right now, because that's where most of us actually spend the time with our friends. Probably that's where we enjoy watching reels, most likely, especially if you curated your feed so that it's actually things that help you. For example, for me, it's, let's say, motivation, some anime with motivation. Then let me think, what else is there. Probably some crypto investing, probably some stuff that shouldn't be there at times, just because the algorithm is trying to catch you in different loops that are more addicting, like cats. Like, they can be addictive, but they are also cute, so it's a plus. However, let's not focus on the algorithm, because that is actually made so that it has your and mine attention for most of the day, and that's wasted time for us, right? We could be doing something more productive during that time. That's why I'm personally running paid ads for myself, for many brands that I'm working with, because why not try to take advantage of what's happening right now? Meaning that you do have this opportunity to advertise whoever you are. You just need to have the right ad, the right message to the right person, and then being able to get that attention and actually offer them what they might need. Sometimes it could be protein shakes, right? Which is good for you. Sometimes it's a service to grow someone's business, another thing good for you. So in most cases, most things should be helpful, and most of our feeds are actually with filled, I would say, with ads that are relevant to us. If, for example, you might be seeing shirts, is because you probably have searched for shirts recently. You might have said shirts out loud and your phone picked that up. As we know, the microphone is probably almost always recording, so that's not a surprise. But with all of that being said, let me come back to the topic of today, because I do have around 10 minutes max maybe, and we are at 3 already. And the main thing that I want to point out is that we should always be testing. And this doesn't apply just to ads, although I will primarily stick to ads, but to anything, right? Like, even in friendships, relationships, like, when do they start to go down in terms of, like, quality? It's basically when things repeat way too much. And some of us do like routine, and I love routine, so I would be the last one to actually want diversity or testing, right? But still, think of it like this. If you don't have like a story, or let's say a goal that you're pursuing, if you're just mindlessly going through routine, right? Even with friends, if you're just mindlessly talking about something without seeing any kind of progress, then at that point it will become like, not as enjoyable anymore. Like, routine and discipline, that's where I would say the two words actually have a beneficial overlap. The fact that you're trying to stay disciplined towards something that you actually want to go towards, right? So let's look at one thing. If you want to go from point A to point B, if you go just at 50 kilometers or miles an hour, it might feel boring at one point, right? Because you would want to speed up maybe, or at other times actually slow down. So it might become boring, right? Being always at the same speed. You might want to actually go faster, right? Sometimes. But that's going to get you from point A to point B predictably. and without any risk, because at that speed you'll get there. It will just take some time, right? And basically during those times, right, you could do something else in between, just to not keep it boring. And that's why I'm mentioning testing, because even when things go all right, you can always test something new. And that's how most of us actually get enjoyment from life. Because if you get a job, for example, right, what you might like there is the fact that there is some new things happening all the time, right? And sometimes this could actually be a waste of time, right? So that's where you actually have to reflect from time to time and see, all right, is this actually a waste of time or not? And as you've seen with the paid ads here, like I've been doing this for around 45 days and I've tested so many things, right? Creatives, copy, instant forms, more recently IGDM ads. And I'll be showing you in a second here, but I'm also sending to the website right now. And that's because each could work. In the past few months, I've also tested paid ads, having an appointment setter, having cold email, doing DMs myself, right? And all of them worked to some extent. So that's why it's really important to test. That's why it's really important sometimes to actually just buy stuff, right? Like this pen, because what's the only way to find out if you like any kind of pen? Or how would you find the most, let's say, effective pen for you? Well, by actually testing multiple ones, right? So that's a simple or complex way of saying that we should be testing more and always questioning things, right? Just with religion or with spirituality, right? With everything, with our life, with what we're doing and so on. But we're going on too many tangents right now, and I do want to keep this shorter. So let's look at the ad account and let me show you what I've been doing recently. I've also had some conversations on IG, and one thing that I need to point out is that I think I might have said this many times. I am getting a lot of beginners, and actually one of them, because he didn't have the website, I would say well done. He had it on Wix, and ideally you do have it on Shopify due to multiple reasons. And because of that, I made an intro with a friend of mine, and he will probably help him make a Shopify store, and then I will see if I can help with the ads, right? So this is where it actually helps to be out there. And then if you're not the one able to help, you can actually tag team your friend, your connections. But with all of that being said, let's switch the camera. All right, so now that we're back, let me show you what happened yesterday. So I did spend less because I turned off the Canada campaign here, so just targeting US, and somehow we did get the lowest cost per click. So 10 clicks, 27.8 CPM, and I do think that basically the US market is probably the best or more, I would say most interested one in most cases as well. So that's why you will get the most relevant traffic as well. So as always, I've had this IG convo going for a while, so it's working. And then basically today I did restart this VSL and this website SS Creative. So the VSL, basically what it does is it sends to a landing page, and this is very expensive. Like I've tested it before, and it's very expensive to send here, to send traffic here, because it's basically a landing page. It's a video here. So I am actually saying for around 9 minutes here how I've helped actually grow a brand, and also talking a little bit about myself and everything, right? So your typical VSL. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a sales letter, meaning that it's not pushy in any way or anything, but yeah, it is focused on actually booking a chat. If you click on it, you will get redirected. Let's see, does it work? Yeah. And then you select a time, and then you answer a few questions. So it will take some amount of effort and time, but these leads should be very qualified. So that's one thing. And besides that, the other thing that I'm testing here is sending directly to the website. So these are still in review from what I'm seeing, and it's the image that you already know of, and it's sending to, if we look here, to the website of the agency. So trying to see if this will help. The website looks decent. Need to add some Trustpilot reviews here because I just need to send them to some previous or current clients, and this one I would say looks decent for the right people at least. So that's pretty much it, and let's switch the camera back again. All right, so for some final words here, hope the camera angle is all right here. As you can see, I'm testing all the time new things, and that's mainly because you never know what works. You have to test different things. Unfortunately, in business, actually, you can try as many times as possible. For example, if you go on a date, right, or try to create a friendship with someone, like, you don't get as many opportunities. You get a few. If you don't say the right things at the right time, then it might be done forever. In business, basically, you can send an email at any time, and of course, you should also think that there are so many businesses to get in front of, right? So especially if you are not in a hurry, and you shouldn't be. And I was just seeing a notification here on Slack, so sorry for getting distracted. But yeah, today should be a shorter one just because I'm also in a rush. Not many other things to say except the fact that I'm testing some new old type of creatives and landing pages, because I have tried those landing pages before, but they didn't work initially. However, I think now they might, with some additional data on the pixel, they might perform slightly better. And I would prefer to focus on the US market than any other market, because it just seems to work looking at the metrics. So that's pretty much it for today. And until next time, until tomorrow, basically, wishing you all the best. Peace out.